Hey y'all, I can't see if anyone's on yet. Um, and I am sharing this live out to a couple of people. And let me see if I can tag someone. All right, I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm not sure if you guys can see me and hear me okay, but if you can, do me a favor and drop something in the comments. I can't see. Okay. I see Ashley is on. Y'all give me a second to get this going. What is that? Okay, give me a second to get it going. Hey Ashley, hey James. Hey. I'm super excited today because I have a special guest, and you guys know I haven't been live in a while. So I'm excited just to get on and check in with you guys. If this is your first time catching my live, I am a travel business owner, or you can call me a travelpreneur. I love what I do. I love sharing information and knowledge with people. But today, you won't only hear from me, you'll also hear from my business partner, who is absolutely amazing. So I'm getting ready to bring her on in a minute. If you guys are just hopping on, let me know where you're tuning in from. Moline, you can send me a request. I just saw it pop up, but it's gone now. So send it to me so I can invite you on the live. Send it to me again so I can invite you on the live. But you guys, I'm going to let her tell you more, but I met this young lady on social media. She'll give you the inside scoop to that. But I met her. She wanted to travel more, and she got into the business, and that's absolutely what she did. She also helped other people travel as well. And she specializes in something different. Well, I'm not going to say different, but she is more driven in that area, way more driven in that area than I am. So I want you guys to be able to hear from her as well. And anybody that she has invited to the live, make sure that you guys connect with her afterwards if you've been interested in this opportunity. If I invited you, make sure you get with me. Let me see if she's able to hop on. I'm not seeing you up here, sis. So if you can just, let's see if you sent a request. It's not showing for some reason. There you go. Let's see. So I just sent you an invite. You guys make sure as you're coming, just drop where you're tuning in from.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you see me okay?
Yes, I can see you good.
All right. Awesome. So you guys, this is my business partner that I just mentioned. Her name is Moline. Hey, girl.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. So I wanted everybody to be able to not just hear my story, but to be able to hear from you as well. So do you mind just going ahead and telling them a little bit about yourself and how you and I met?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Moline, as Tandra said. I'm a registered nurse, a full-time registered nurse. I have 4 kids. I'm married. I've been married 17 years, and I've been traveling before I even became a independent travel advisor. So, I'm here. I'm ready to continue enjoying, what I do.
Awesome, awesome. And then can you just tell them a little bit about how we met?
Okay, me and Tandra met. I remember prior to me seeing her post, I forgot which group I follow, but I saw her post in there. But prior to me seeing it, I had just mentioned to my husband, like, listen, I'm trying to not do this 9 to 5 for till I'm 65 or whenever Uncle Sam decides I can retire. And
Yeah.
we got to see ways on how to generate different income and how to own some kind of business that we can maybe pass on to the kids. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I ransacked, I thought about different ways, and I don't know, it just wasn't, nothing was coming up. And then on Facebook I'm searching and I see Tandra's post pop up, and I'm like, okay, so I travel. I looked at her checklist. I said, okay, I travel. That's a check. I love traveling. That's another check.
Mm-hmm.
I've been helping other people do their destination weddings, plan their family reunions, plan their couples trip. I've been doing this. And
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, I can make money while doing that? Check. So I hit her up, in her inbox, and I was like, listen, I'm interested. She sent me whatever she needed to send me. I reviewed it, and I told her first I hit her with the let me discuss it with my husband line, because I have like I'm an overthinker. So I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? At this point, it is what it is. Do it. If it's not for you, at least you tried it. You can't say, let me overthink this.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the one time where I didn't overthink. I went diving in straight, and I'm here 1 year later.
That's awesome. And I love what you said. You said that you were already booking travel, you were already traveling, and you were doing it for other people. So basically, you just put yourself in a position to make that money from what you were already doing anyway, right?
Yep. Oh
It
yeah.
just makes, yeah. That's awesome. Um, so what would you say your why was for starting? I did hear you say that you wanted to travel more, but you know, our why is what keeps us going. So, and you also said that, it was because you didn't want to continue to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. So can you just, I guess, dive into that a little more?
Yes. My why was pretty much having something that I own. Something that I own and generate funds,
Mm-hmm.
and me and my husband, we're trying to dabble into real estate, but that's a
Mm-hmm.
process, and that's a long-winded process,
Mm-hmm.
but being a travel business owner, is pretty much, I don't want to say it's quick, but it's something that I can be doing while I'm working on other long range goals.
Mm-hmm.
So my why was to have ownership of something that my kids can be like, you know what, mommy did that.
Yeah.
And then my kids can also benefit from it when I drop and I get tired. And they could
Yeah.
hopefully pick up and continue and reap the benefits of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my why.
Yeah. Okay, I love
Mm.
it. I love the thing that I do like is that not only, are you owning something, but the money that you're making just from owning your business, you can also take that money and reinvest it into other things like real estate, for example, because I heard you mention that, and other things that will yield you income. So it's not like a one-stop thing or a dead end. Like you're coming into it and you make a plan and you also invest in other things outside of just your travel business. So I love that. My why was also that, well, I had several whys starting out. And I feel like they continue to grow throughout the process, because when I initially got into the industry, it was more so for me and for my family. I wanted to travel more. I
Mm.
wanted to be able to leave a legacy for my family. And so those were the main reasons. But as I got into it, I started to care for other people and wanted to help other people as well, come into the industry and be able to have access to what I have access to. And if they want it bad enough, they go out there and get it, because this is the industry where everybody starts on the same level, and you can go as far or stay where you are based on your efforts.
Yeah.
So I love that. Um, what stood out to you the most, though, like when you decided that this was what you wanted to do? What was it that you feel stood out to you most?
What stood out to me most was the world is big and there is so much that can be accomplished, that can be seen, that can
Mm-hmm.
be done that's outside of the United States,
Mm-hmm.
that's outside of your front door.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, me and my husband for our anniversary, I told him, I said, you know what, I don't want to travel this time. Let's do something local. I live in New York. Now, I can't tell you, when I was younger, I used to stomp the streets of New York City.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, I have to take a train, a ferry, all that. And if you even drive, the parking is ridiculous. So I
Yeah.
told him, I said, let's stay in our own hometown and see what we get into. We were tourists in our own hometown, and it
That's
was
pretty.
dope,
Yeah.
and we saw different murals, we took pictures, we did things that we couldn't do by sitting home.
Yeah.
So that's what's pushing me, the fact that it's a world out there and we
Yeah.
got to explore because we only got one try at it.
Yeah.
Once we're
Yeah.
done, we're done.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm a believer too of doing what makes you happy, because you do only get one life,
Yep.
right? Yeah, so I feel like with that, you put every effort that you can into like the things that make you happy and make you prosper and grow.
Yep.
So I love that. What I would agree with you about it being a big world. What stood out to me was, in fact, the travel aspect of it, but also being able to make that money. Um, I, as far as the travel aspect, I went from just traveling one time a year to however many times I decide to travel now, because it's up to me. It's up to me as far as the effort that I'm putting in and where I want to go. So I love that this has given me the opportunity to be able to just go explore and see it from on the merchant side of the industry versus, the consumer side. So I love that. Um, how would you say that this business has had an effect on your life since you got started?
Well, it's made me more outgoing. I'll start with that
Okay.
because I was, if I meet someone, it'll take me a while to warm up to you. Like I'll sit back, I'll study you, and then you won't know my personality, and it'll take me a while.
Okay.
But now, because I'm running a business,
Mhm.
listen, I talk to every and anybody.
Mhm.
I'll go to the bodega. I'll leave my business cards while I'm getting me some empanadas. Like I'm just out there now, So it's like it's helped me to become more outgoing with not just people that I know. For example, I went on a cruise in July, and my twins were acting up. The lady I met, her daughter was acting up. So we just let them act up together, and we just started chatting up. Come to find out, I gave her my business card. I gave her my IG handle. I booked her for her first anniversary trip
Oh,
next month. So, and I would have never done that. I would have been like just sitting down, observing, people watching,
okay.
and not, getting out there. So this has really helped me to really come out of my shell and just socialize.
Yeah.
And you don't know who you're gonna meet and what they're gonna tell you and what they might need.
Mhm.
So
I
it really helped me with that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Um, I would say, so I feel like there's several effects that it had on my life. One, the being able to travel more, because we talked about that, right? Being able to choose how I make money, when I make money,
Mhm.
you know, how I want to work, and we're gonna get into that in a minute. So I do feel like it's also pushed me as well to I'm already a people's person anyway, but I feel like it pushed me more. Like at first I wouldn't just go up to people and talk to people either. So that was definitely outside of my comfort zone. Going live like this, it used to be something that I was not comfortable with, but because of this business, it allowed me to do that. It's so many reasons, and I had them all in my head,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it'll come back to me. But definitely being able to think outside the box and talk to other people. Oh, and personal development. This business has definitely opened me up more to personal development. I feel like the industry period has helped me in that way, and to take a deeper look. It's not just the travel, and the meeting people. It's like things that I have to work on within myself to become a better person, to become a better business owner, and to be able to just have that communication with people on a daily basis. So I agree with you 100% on that. So I heard you mention in the beginning that you work full time. That was one of my questions. So I was going to ask you, do you work full time or part time? And then how do you go about like scheduling your business with with you having working full time, having a family,
Hmm.
having to have personal time for yourself? Like how do you do that? Like, how do you schedule your business around your life, or your life around your business?
Well, I work, as I said earlier, I work 9 to 5. I'm a full-time registered nurse.
Mhm.
And then what I do is I'll set where I know Mondays and Fridays are my rough days at work. So I
Mhm.
know once I clock out, mentally I need at least 2 hours to digress before I can even jump into anything else. So
Yeah.
Mondays and Fridays, I'm like, all right, Monday, no. Friday, I got a little pep in my step because I
Mhm.
know it's the weekend. So
Mhm.
Friday after work, I mellow down, do whatever I need to do, and then I'll do my business. But my main business days are Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Because
Okay.
then I know that I can give my full self
Yeah.
towards my business and I'm not already drained
Mhm.
from my full-time job.
Yeah.
You know, and then I also don't neglect my home life as well. So
Mhm.
you have to be very organized, and you can't try to do everything every day.
Yeah.
That's when it's like you'll get overwhelmed. You'll tend to forget things
Mhm.
because we're human,
Mhm.
and then we'll start mixing things up and messing things up. But
Yeah.
if you stick to your schedule, it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I asked that question because um, it's important for people to see that this business is something that can be done it's for the busy person. No matter what type of lifestyle you lead, you are able to do this because you're able to schedule your own hours. There are people in this business that they work full time, they have other businesses, they have family, they have this going on and that going on. Myself, I work part time and I still do my business. I schedule, my business around everything else, right? Or schedule everything else around the business, or however you want to look at that,
Mhm.
right? But I'm still able to do that on the hours that I choose because it's my business. So I just kind of wanted people to, understand that it's something that can be done how you choose to do it because it's your business. I also always recommend that people come in and put themselves on a schedule for their business, because if you don't, and you just feel, that you want to do it anytime, then it can kind of get kind of chaotic because you don't have set business hours for yourself. And that's just part of becoming a professional, right?
Yeah.
Um, one quick question. So before you came into this industry outside of booking yourself, did you have professional training in the travel industry?
No,
Right. So this
no, I did
business,
not. I pretty much learned things because even growing up, I was an avid reader.
uh-huh.
So when I was young, I was reading things I knew my mama wasn't gonna be happy with me reading, but that's how I educated myself.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, I'll be like, all right, I want to go to this place. Let me read up on it.
Yeah.
Let me Google. And I used to use different forms of information, not just Google,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll watch videos. Let me see if this is somewhere I want to go. Let me see what's the hot spot over here. What's going on over there. So no, I didn't get any professional training. I did it on my own. And it's kind of good when you do that. I always tell people, get your own opinion of something. Don't say,
Yes.
oh, I'm not going to go to this place because people said X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to want to know why people said X, Y, and Z. So
I
always
agree.
build up your own opinion. Go try something out at least once before you
Mm-hmm.
can say, oh, okay, I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah.
So no professional training. I did it on my own because I was nosy. I'm very inquisitive. So, that's
But
how I got my information.
but you did have experience with booking your own travel.
Yes.
And that is something that I'm sure was very helpful for you when you came into this business. And then, so I asked you that question because I want people to also understand that when you do come into this business, you have
Oh,
access
yes.
to training.
Oh, yes.
Whether it's at your fingertips or, personalized training with your coach or mentor, which you will have that as well when you come into the business. But I do want people to understand that you don't have to have experience when you come into this. If you're willing to learn and with the training that is provided to you, then you're good to go. And if you're a person that loves to research, because let's be honest, at the end of the day, being a travel agent is about researching.
Yep.
Like you have to be able to research different places, different things for people to do, et cetera, et cetera. So I just wanted to ask that quick
Yes.
question.
Yes.
And then my second to last question is, do you feel that multiple streams of income is important and why?
Of course. It's extremely important. For example, when COVID hit, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people couldn't work because of, number one, the fear of what was going on. Number two, the fear of getting sick because some people had health issues.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people did not work. So
Yeah.
if you have multiple streams of income, no matter what the situation is, you always got that backup plan.
Yes.
You always got that plan B that can come to be plan A if your original plan A falls through.
Yes.
So multiple streams of income is extremely important, and
Yes, it is.
that was one of the main reasons why when I spoke to Tandra originally last year, once she said multiple streams of income, I was like, dang, like why wouldn't you?
Yep.
And I forgot who said it because I listen to a lot of podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
and one person said having one stream of income is not safe.
Not
And
at all.
then COVID hit, I was like, yeah, now I get it. So
Having
it's very important to have multiple streams. Very important.
having one stream of income is just too close to being homeless or being, one step away from losing everything.
Yep.
Because you can have that one stream of income and it can be gone tomorrow, right?
Yep.
So that was when I was saying like diversify, when I was saying, going back to being able to reinvest your money. Yes, you have your business and you have your job, but what are you doing with that money that's coming in from your job and coming in from your business? Are you using that to fuel? Are you using your job to fuel your business until your business can fuel itself? Are you using the money that you're making from your business or your job for other investments, diversifying,
Mm-hmm.
the types of income that you have coming in? So I know I'm on track, but I'm getting deeper into,
No,
you
but
know,
it's necessary. It's necessary because sometimes we as human we get comfortable.
yes,
We
too
get
comfortable.
comfortable, and then when something happens, we don't know how to adjust
Hmm.
or how to deal with it.
Hmm.
But if you have multiple, if you have different things, different plans, backup
Yes.
plans,
Mhm.
backup plan for the but for the backup plan, you're not like, oh, you're not freaking out when something happens. You already know, all right, so I planned for this just in case. If this didn't go through, this was my other plan.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I love that. And I love that you get the vision and now you're helping other people as well, you know, just like we talked about before. So my final kind of my final question. I want to ask you something else, but what would you say to somebody who has been thinking about this opportunity and they just kind of been on the
Hmm.
fence and haven't really taken that next step? What would you tell them?
Do it. Do, do it. And if you know that, if you're even thinking that you should do it or whether you should or should not do it, that means you should do it. That means
Yeah.
something intrigued you about owning your own business, about helping others with the travel, and about you making bread on helping others and yourself, because you also get, there's other perks to it. Do it and
Yeah.
see what it's about. And then, but remember, what you put in is what you're going to get.
Yes. Yes.
Excuse me. What you put in is what you're going to get. So don't say, oh, I'm just going to try it out. And if it don't work, that's all right. Because then your mindset is not right. You have to have a winning mindset, even when you're trying anything. So if you're on the fence, do it, try it, and see. And
Yeah.
there's so much that you can learn and you can earn
Yeah.
in this business.
Yeah. I would say to definitely bet on yourself, you know, because at the end of the day, we are the people who's going to go out there and make it happen, right?
Hmm.
Um, and you know, if you go out there and you give something your all, at the end of the day, that falls on you. You know, it's up to you, and this is an opportunity for that. Um, so I definitely agree, you know, with what you said. But bet on yourself. Bet on yourself and make it happen for yourself.
Yeah.
And watch. If you're serious about it, if you're serious about, you know, doing some things for you and your family, then you're definitely going to see and reap the rewards. But give yourself grace
Yes.
because it is still a business and you do still have to put the legwork in,
Yes.
right?
And not
So,
only that, when you feel at times you're discouraged, always remember your why.
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like if because we're human, we're emotional. Our emotions go up, down, whatever. And
Hmm.
sometimes it might not be booming, but hey, that's how businesses are. Remember your why, and let that be your motivation, your constant motivation to keep going.
I feel like travel sells itself though. Like that's just my opinion on it. I will say this and then because I was gonna ask you, did you have anything on your heart to say? But I feel like that might have been it right there. Um, I will say that I came into this industry when the pandemic like first started breaking out. I started in on a January. Everything was you know like in an uproar in March,
Mm-hmm.
and I like, are you crazy? Why are you starting a travel business? Like people will say some things that can really be discouraging, but I'm a very strong-minded person,
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't something that nobody could tell me to stop me from doing what it was that I was doing. Um, so I did have people saying, you know, travel is not doing well, blah, blah, blah. But the one thing about it is travel is never going anywhere and it's going to bounce back no matter what the situation is, you know, and again, travel sells itself. So That's really all I have to say. I thank you so much
You're
for just hopping,
welcome.
yeah, and sharing your knowledge and sharing your experience with everyone. Again, if Moline has shared this opportunity with you and you've been interested, but you haven't taken that next step, go ahead and get with her. She'll share some information with you so you can take a serious look at it, and we'll go ahead and get and help you, and vice versa. If I talk to you, the same thing. All
Yep.
right. Thank you for hopping on again.
Thank you for
And we'll,
having me.
yes, ma'am. All right,
Take
you guys
care.
have a good day. Peace.
Have a blessed evening, everyone, or day, depending on what time it is where you are.
For real. All right.
Okay, take